As we gaze at the skyline, it feels as though Hanoi itself is embracing the enduring optimism of socialist modernity. This optimism is embodied in a tropical interpretation of a standardized way of living. It is what gives Hanoi its unique character. Within this architectural paradox, there lies a profound contradiction. The heroic monolithic form of KTT stands in stark contrast to its afterlife, a space inhabited and transformed by generations over the past decades. It's not just a structure, it's a canvas upon which the stories of countless lives have been painted. KTT tells a story of adaptation, a harmonious dance with change. To human behavior and local culture, to the tropical climate, to demographic growth, to the shifting paradigm of political and economic circumstances. In the 1950s, the initial experimental housing complex emerged with a wooden structure, a nod to indigenous architecture. This glimpse into the past reveals a collective housing concept before the dominance of prefabricated models we know today. Nguyen KTT, born from this era, surprises us by preserving the essence of communal living. Within its walls, privacy takes a backseat to the warmth of shared spaces, a trade-off willingly made for the richness of communality. A robust ad hocism guides its creation, adapting the Chinese model to the local context using whatever materials were at hand. The choice of wooden structures, a response to the abundance of wood in Hanoi left over by the French. Nguyen stands as a testament to the unwavering modernization efforts of a young nation, a beacon of determination despite economic constraints. The housing complex as it stands is a living, breathing embodiment of a collective journey towards progress. Now let's delve into the second chapter of KTT's narrative, tropicality. Each architectural element whispers its own story, reflecting the adaptation of Western typology to the tropical climate. The vivid, patterned concrete walls stand as horizontal shields, choreographing sunlight's dance in the staircase, allowing warmth in the morning and winter and gentle shading in the summer. This passive design transforms direct sunlight into an indirect source, painting moments of tranquility in the daily routines of the inhabitants. The brise soleil, with its varied patterns and forms, becomes a storyteller in its own right. Simple geometries weave tectonic-like compositions, casting shadows that dance across the structure. It's not just an architectural detail, it's a poetry of light and shade, a visual symphony composed for those who reside within. In the heart of KTT's evolution, a second generation emerged between 1965 and 1975, a period marked by architectural innovation and societal change. Much like its counterpart, Ngan. Here the corridor serves as more than a passage. It's a bridge between inside and outside, a space that breathes life into the building. Imagine the wind strolling through these corridors, carrying whispers of stories from one generation to the next. It's more than a breeze, it's a channel for the building to exhale, releasing heat through the intricacies of the brise soleil or the passive ventilation system on the roof. The pitch roof, a defiant symbol against the uniformity of modernist architecture, stands tall, resisting the conventional notion of efficiency in favor of a nuanced, deeply human approach. But beyond its functional role, the circulation space within KTT is a social nexus, a tool for people to extend their domestic lives. The gentleness of staircase steps, the subtle slope of bicycles, the carefully calculated ceiling height, and the intentional narrowness of circulation. All are dimensions meticulously crafted to cater to the needs and morphology of its inhabitants. Unlike the stark facades of new apartment buildings, KTT stands enveloped in a lush embrace of greenery. Here, amid the middle-rise structures, a delicate balance is struck between built and natural spaces, creating an oasis within the urban fabric. The residence itself is akin to a microforest, where nature appears in a myriad of forms. Reimagined, artificially cultivated, or captured in its most authentic essence. As we delve deeper into the story of the KTT, the theme of demographic growth emerges. The initial vision distorted in the face of reality, giving rise to physical extensions and an ad hocism in placemaking that defies conventional grammar. Yet, this extension isn't a mere addition, it's materialization in all directions. Outward, inward, above, below, transitioning seamlessly from public to domestic. The fleeting nature initially associated with these changes evolved into a state of permanence. It blends gently into the city fabric like it's supposed to be there. Beyond being a tangible place of history, KTT is a defiant symbol against the universal approach that often standardizes and marginalizes regional identities. It represents a harmonious housing typology that balances verticality with horizontality, socially and environmentally sustainable for future development. Yet despite these advantages, the socialist model faces an uncertain future. The threat of disappearance looms large, making space for the encroaching capitalist development manifesting in standardized, generic flat-roof buildings. In the face of this, KTT stands not just as a building, but as a resilient living story, a testament to the delicate dance between past and future, between ideals and pragmatism.